Hey, so I'm here with my mate Tim. You'll remember him from a few other videos.
Okay, wait. So I know this footage is super shaky, but trust me, you need to stay with this content. It's so good, he got that excited. So just carry on watching and don't stress about the shakiness.
It was maybe last year, the year before, I think we shot in Washington.
Yeah, Washington, D.C., yeah.
And so I mailed him the other day because he's the kind of guy you want to chat to. He's like my spirit animal. And so I mailed him the other day because I want to introduce him to a friend who's visiting Chicago, and I get an autoresponder back. And do you have that handy? Let me read it to you.
I do, here.
So I get this email back from this guy. This guy runs like a really meaningful business. And it says this: "Hi, currently I'm not using email, full stop, like done. Slack, same page, text, and WhatsApp are ways you can reach me. No phone number, no Slack address, doesn't give you any help. Typically, I check these at least once a day. Thank you, Tim." And then his company's web address. So my first thought is, man, this guy's amazing that he's able to do it. My second thought is, this is some of the best writing I've ever seen in my life. Currently, I'm not using email, so your expectations managed. You know you're not getting a reply, so now you're like, gotta figure another way. Slack, same page, text, WhatsApp are ways you can reach me. Okay, so he tells you that he's reachable, so he's not closing the door. There's no arrogance or snobbery. But again, if you don't have the number, then how are you gonna get a hold of him? And then typically I check these at least once a day. So then there was an expectation management. We live in this world where we expect if you message somebody that it's a God-given right that you get back to me straight away. Yeah. And in fact, when I did message him, he got back to me within an hour. But that wasn't the promise, and my expectations were managed. So clearly this was something that you crafted and thought about. Can you tell me a bit about what led to it, first of all, why you did it, and then did you just scribble this out? Am I guessing, or was there a lot of thought?
There was a lot of thought. There were several iterations to this actual response, and the whole giving up email was more of a something that took a couple years. I started thinking about it because it was just very unproductive for me, and I didn't enjoy doing it. It just seemed to suck a lot of my time, and so I always thought about giving up email. And I first started out by unsubscribing to almost everything, and then so it cleaned up a lot of my inbox, and then I stopped sending email because the more you send and the more you respond to, the more you're going to get back. So that decluttered
it's like a
more.
Self-fulfilling.
Yeah, so you start decluttering. I decluttered from unnecessary stuff, then I decluttered from getting more responses from me sending it out, and so it started dwindling down. And then I went on vacation. I left on my autoresponder, and I left it on for another week or two, and I was like, oh, this shit's great, man.
Yeah, leave it on all the time.
I didn't want to come across as arrogant, like I don't use email and you can't reach me anymore. So I wanted to. I didn't want it to. I wanted it to come across like, okay. And most people that get it like laugh, and then they're like, "This is so cool. I wish I could do this."
And you must be thinking, but you can. Like, I just decided you're not special.
Yeah, no.
Like, if you could, and you've got a really large business, I mean, if you can do it, then
I think anyone can do it. I think it becomes a habit, and then there's a little bit of fear, and oh no, how will I get this? So there's this. I can't remember who came up with this, but I didn't. I just heard about it, and FOMO, fear of missing out. And then instead of FOMO, JOMO, joy of missing out. And so there's so much going on, and so much communication, so much information. You don't need to get all of it. You just need to get the stuff that's really important to you. And email for me became someone else's agenda, not my agenda. And what I did do was, when I did this, I said, okay, now if people do text me or WhatsApp me, as soon as I get the message, I'm going to respond to it. And but the thing is about my personality is I like to be present with people, and a lot of times I actually walk around with my cell phone on airplane mode, and I usually only turn it off airplane mode when I'm using it. If you are responding to email nonstop as soon as it comes in, you're training people that they can reach you at any point in time. And so people can reach me when I pick up my phone to check my message, and then I'll get back to them. Other people's
agenda won't dictate.
Well, their emergencies should be your emergencies, and so So
And do you find that what's happened is if there is an emergency, I mean, chances are it's not going to be you that's going to solve it. Because
Yeah.
if it's a business emergency, a staff member is going to phone you. And if it's somebody else's emergency, they're going to get to the right person somehow.
look,
Which is probably not you.
We probably grew up in the 80s as kids, right? And you think back then, there was no cell phones, there was no texting, there was no pagers were just starting out, but somehow you got along without the necessity of someone to reach you every 2 seconds. And so I think that 99.99% of stuff can wait until until a little bit later to hear
Or
about it.
PE, other people's emergencies.
Other people's emergencies, yeah. Because if you're constantly responding to other people's emergencies, it's really hard to stay on your own agenda.
I think that's an amazing point to leave it on. If you're constantly responding to other people's agendas and other people's emergencies, like where do you fit in on this? Now, I know this sounds like an extremely brave idea, and I certainly want to flirt with it and get to it. I'm going to give myself to the end of the year to be email free. I think it's genius. Maybe I won't wait so long because I can see he's already judging me as a wuss. But I want to do this, and I think there's so much there, and there's so many nuggets. I think what I'm even going to do is break this down and maybe refer back in a few videos over the course of the next few weeks into some of the principles that Tim dropped here, because he really dropped bombs. Obviously, if you want to email Tim and chat to him about it, you can't. So fuck you. but what an amazing insights. Be sure to check out the other 2 videos that Tim was in. I'm going to link to them. The guy will blow your mind. He blows my mind every single time we chat. It's such a privilege getting to hang with you, dude. I can't
Dude,
even
it's always
forget
my
to tell
pleasure,
you.
man. It's always
And
my pleasure.
so stay curious. Peace.
See you guys.
Hey, I'm Jenny from Missing Link, and I still use emails, which totally suck. So if you liked the video that you just saw, hold on 1 second. I just got a new email. Please hit like and subscribe. Thanks.